So we're just going to do a video now building these stairs. I think people always complicate stairs a lot more than they need to. I think the best thing to do is have a good understanding of what the stairs are going to look like once you finish. So by that I mean check the drawing and see where your newels are and, you know, which way it's going up and all the rest of it. And then your first job is really just lay your components out in the right order with the newels and the strings and everything else. Lay it all out. I will go and show you one that we've done already just so you can sort of see how this one's going to look, and then we'll get a video of how we fit them, build them and fit them. So yeah, go and have a look at that. So yeah, this is next door, one we did earlier, like Blue Peter. So we've got a newel there, so there'll be a little section of handrail here in the second fix. There's a newel there, and as you come up the stairs, there's a newel there, and a newel at the top, so there'll be a handrail coming down the stairs there, and a little bit of handrail in there, and then a handrail cross there into a half newel. So yeah, this is what I mean. It's good to understand what your stairs are going to look like before you start building, just to give you an idea of how these should go. And also look how much complication is under this one. Got all your studs underneath there, 4x1, and we've got to build a ceiling underneath there. That's all built out with a little raker there, and then we've got to build out a raker in this downstairs toilet as well. Little angled section there. Been a right pain. But yeah, let's do a video on the stairs for now. So the first job when we're setting up the stairs, we'll fit the newel posts first. And the best way to know which one goes where, basically, you need to think this is going to be the bottom of the stairs. You can see the stairs are going up in that direction. So where this tenon is, obviously the mortise is there, and then the routering out goes downwards. So that is the highest point, so that'll go there, and then the routering out comes down to the bottom step. And then on this one here, the tenon's there, so that's the bottom, that's where the newel post goes in, and then the routering out comes up the step, and then obviously you can see that the stairs will wind round to here. So you just need to look at which tenon's where, and then how the routering goes from that tenon up or down, and that will tell you if it's top or bottom newel. So yeah, get the the newels in first, main newels, and we just use this lumberjack wood adhesive. It does expand, it's a bit messy, but it's good stuff. And then if you just let it dry, you can just stand and knock it off after. But yeah, plenty of that on it, and you won't get any noisy stairs and stuff. So we'll just get these two newels in now. So, a couple of tips when you're doing stairs: always fit every piece of it dry first. Just check it goes without just playing a bit off this shoulder here and take a bit off there, just to allow this newel to sit flush. And then also a little tip: when you're doing your dowels, so you don't spelch out the other side, these are pre-drilled. You get something like a pencil or a nail or a screw or whatever, just drop it in the hole so it goes through the other side there to the deepest point. Pinch your finger where it goes, and you can mark that, and use your finger on the side that I've chamfered off here, pinch that and just mark the depth like that. So if you do that with all of them, sometimes the holes are on a different level, so you can, you know, just check your depth. And if you do that, it just saves you smashing through the newel post too much. Just draw that all the way around like that, and then when that pencil line's obviously up to your top of your newel there, it'll be to the deepest part of that hole. That's just a quick tip I've learned, just to save yourself destroying. So now that's in, and it's tied up to the shoulders, both sides. Just multi-tooled the dowels off flush, and then just sandpapered them as well. And now what I'll do, what you want to always try and do, is make sure everything, just run this that way, just check everything's square as well, all the way across. So that could go up slightly. So what I'll do now, I'll screw the post screw this post to the end grain there, I always try and screw in the end so the caps and the second fix will hide any holes. Screw that there and just lift that up slightly, just to square that up down there. We'll just do that now. Concrete screw in it because that's all I had in my pouch. Just keep checking that's nice and square like that. So we just picked up a bit. Obviously the whole stairs can move now, but it just helps if you just keep an eye on all your squares and things. And another thing is check your string is perfectly flat on the floor. So if you've got like a rock or something and it's picking up that bit of the string there like that, it'll throw all your stairs out and your string won't be flat and stuff. So check you're doing it on a nice flat clean floor. So I put this section together completely dry. I haven't glued anything yet, just to check it all works in. And also, the reason for doing that is I know what order to fit stuff, so I'll fit this tread before I fit this string and newel, and then slide it into that, otherwise I won't be able to get that in. And it's the same at the top as well. So Nath's done the newel, fitted that one, and I think he'll have to fit the next one, or just at least tack it to the top before he can lift that string into place. So it's just a good idea just to try stuff without fixing it straight away and glue, because when you get that glue everywhere it's messy. Just check everything works. And the way you check these are in the right place, luckily for us, they're numbered up, so that's obviously obvious. But if it's not numbered up, you just got to make sure that the groove for the riser is flush with the groove, with this lip on the stair. As you can see there, the groove goes up and then the lip's there, and then on the back, that back edge is flush with that lip, So if all like 4 points are right everywhere, then you know you've got the right one. Because sometimes if you've got double kite winders like these, you can get them jumbled up slightly. They might look right, but something doesn't quite line up. So just check all them points if they're not numbered up anyway. Yeah, just keep an eye on everything's lining up, because then when you put your riser in, it all works in nice. So now we've got all the treads in, the bottom steps in, newel posts. Nathan's just got to fit the last newel there, and then the top step, and we'll have to cut that string off as well. So now what I'll do, I'll just I'll measure all my risers. There's 3 of them to go in, so I'll measure them all, cut them all, and then fit them all in one go. Save crawling around so much. And then we'll do the wedges, and then the timber at the back. So I'll get on with the risers now. So now I've cut all them, I'll go around with this the wood glue and put it in the groove along all the edges, up there and down there, and then I'll make sure they're up tight into that groove, and then like 5 screws, or 4 on the small lengths, 5 on that big one and 4 there. But just make sure they are going up tight to that, into that groove, and it just stops any deflection on the steps then. now I've got all them risers in, screwed in, all up tight. And when I put the glue on, I make sure I've got a continuous bead of glue, so it's all solid all the way around. And now what I'll do, I'll put the wedges. So when I do the wedges, I'll get my glue ready. I'll get a few screws, the impactor and a circuit, and get the box of wedges all to hand, and then I'll just do them all in one go. Just show you now. So when I'm doing the wedges, I'll do these two here first. I always try and get a bit of glue on all points that it's touching, so the tread and the string. Get a bit of glue on all of it. I'll just show you for this video on these two. But yeah, get that on, and then I'll drop it in. Give that a little move around and slam that in tight like that. And then to speed up the process, I'll just go around now. I've done them for the video. I'll just glue all of them up in one go and fit them all in one go. And we've got to try and get them into even like these corners. You know what I mean? Maybe even the back of that one there. Everywhere needs to be wedged up and strong, including these here. Stop all the corners of these risers moving and things. And also, if you are putting a wedge or a bit of timber there, make sure you slam it up tight to the tread, and then so as well as supporting the riser, it's stopping that tread from ever dropping as well. And we'll do all the wedges now. Got a quick time lapse. Now, as you can see, all the wedges are in, all the way around. Just screwed some little blockies there and screwed them into the newel just to stop them moving. Plenty of glue on that as well. And like I said before, they're up tight to the tread above them to stop it ever dropping. Not that it will, just everything helps. Now I'll just measure some timbers. I'll put these timbers in full pieces, 3x2. I glue it and then screw it from the front of the step. So I'll measure these three now and get them banged in. So now I've got my three timbers sorted. I've got my screws in, all ready to go. Just one thing to remember, the screws that are going into the block that way, make sure you set them down enough, because obviously you've got the lip there, so that'll be about that. Then you've got your riser, like that, and then your 3x2 is probably like that. So make sure you set these nails down enough, because you don't want to be screwing into the riser and not into that timber. And another thing I do, which I think is quite important, make sure your timber is in its vertical position, not flat. Because obviously vertical, it's going to take more weight and take any bounce out of the stairs. So I'll get glue on the two sides of that now. Continuous bead, quite a bit of glue, and then get them screwed in and make sure they're screwed in tight as well. So just tack them in now, but you can see that they're in the vertical position. You do send these things out like them, but I feel if you haven't got time for them to dry properly, then they're not very good. With this glue and screwing them straight in about 20 minutes, this will be fine to lift up and walk on. I feel like it's stronger anyway, because it goes from your fixed point here, your newel post, and your string, which is fixed into the wall, carries that strength across a bit better than these little wedges. So yeah, now I'll just go around and fill all these screws in. Wind them in nice and tight, make sure your blocks stay up tight, and that's it. And then what we'll do, put some damp on the bottom, we'll tack that on with twist nails. What's next we've got to do now? We've got to cut out this bit of newel to accept the joist. So we'll measure the joist, just add like 1/8 of an inch in. It's a bit more, just for a bit of wiggle room. We'll have to cut that bit of string out there. I think we end up taking that off all the way actually. And then Dave just needs to put his timbers in. And that's it once he's finished his wedges. So yeah, we'll just probably quickly do this now and then get a video lifting it in. So we're all ready now. We've got damp on the bottom, it's all tacked in. All the wedges and blocks are in. The newel post is cut out for the joist. So we're ready to lift up now. We'll just scrape that bit of floor off where the bottom section is going to land, and get it lifted up now. Cut the floor out yesterday and cut out the bit of floor where the top steps landing, so we're all ready. And also what we'll do before we start lifting, we'll cut a block, a 3x2 as well. This is a wedge underneath. This is a bit of a fail safe so it can't drop on us as we're jiggling it about. We'll set the camera up over it here now and get these lifted up. So now we've lifted the stairs in, we'll use this prop basically to level this 90 degrees from that newel, or level that up, but we'll also prioritise the level of the newels that way. As you can see, they're pretty good, so use that prop underneath to get the newels right. And also you want a 12mm gap when you screw that down. You want a 12mm gap there for plasterboard to slide behind it. So yeah, now we'll get the fishers in behind the string, get that bolted, get them all fixed in. So now we've got the timber behind the string all the way down. We'll drill through it, and I'd prefer to drill it with just a wood bit in the impactor and then with the SDS, because the SDS will struggle through the timber. So I'll go along and do that. Probably do like one there, one here, one there, one there, and then we have to do every step as well. There's quite a few to do. So we'll get that fixed in now, and then that's basically it. Then we'll start the temporary handrails and things.
This is what we use for fixing the stairs, just 10 times 120mm fisher fixings.
So you just hammer them in until the plug's gone, and then just impact them in with a star bit. Just make sure you are drilling through the string and the timber. Fix it all together, then it's solid. And then that's it. Just show you in this house because it's a bit boring now, but what we have to do is put the tread protectors on, 2 screws in each of them, and also go around and put these handrails on and newel post protection, which we ran out there. But yeah, tread protectors, and then obviously in here we've got stud walls up, so we don't need to do the handrail around, but we will next door. And I get extra for that, extra for the handrail and tread protectors, and I get extra for taking out the sacrificial joist, so it all adds up when you're doing the stairs. Yeah. I also next door made sure I fitted that, put a fisher through that half newel as well, and make sure it plumbed both ways, only with a little block at the back that's not near any of the edges, so they get plasterboard behind that as well as the string. But yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching.